So I'm back with week 15, and this is the 7th of April until the 13th of April. And this is another start of a very busy period for me. So it was a very busy week this week. Even though Joe and I actually had days off together, we made them very busy unintentionally. We sort of had one plan, then we ended up booking things for each different days of our days off. So we ended up having a really, really busy end part of this week and into the next week. And then we went on holiday. And now I've come back, and obviously I've got some things to do with the wedding and stuff. So, yeah, very busy period. May is very, very busy. June isn't too busy, but it will be for the wedding planning and stuff. But, yeah, it's just, yeah, we're into 12 weeks before the wedding now, and I'm getting very, very sort of nervous about it. And, you know, I feel like I'm ready. I don't know much else I can do. But when I'm not doing something with it, I feel like I'm failing, basically. Like, I feel like there should be something I should be doing. Like, I very much struggle to sit around and not do anything. And I think that's my issue, really. I do struggle to relax as such. If I'm not doing something with my hands or not doing something at all, if I'm just scrolling through Facebook or whatever, I sort of catch myself and go, right, no, I need to do something. I'm always quite a busy person. I don't really enjoy having no plans as such. I enjoy relaxing, but I almost like schedule my time to relax. Like, if I've said, right, Thursday I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to do this, that's me going, right, that's sorted, that's what I'm going to do. I don't like the idea of waking up and not knowing what I'm going to do that day. I like to have plans, and I like to be sorted, and I keep my diary and stuff, and I just enjoy being busy. My head's works better when I'm busy and when I've got something going on. But yeah, with the wedding, I just feel like it's coming down so quickly now. We're in May, pretty much. It's the 29th of April as I'm filming this, so it's just mad that it's coming around, and it'll be over and done with in one day, and then what? I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. So yeah, it's just, as I said, a very busy time of my life at the moment. But the first photo on this one, so this is the first week I wanted to use a spring collection because I've not really had the opportunity to do that. I wanted to use an Easter collection for the first week of April, and then there's this week. Then I want to include a week with the monthly one from Simple Stories that I've been using throughout the year. So I want to do that for the next week. And then we go on holiday, so I want to use a travel collection for that week. And then it's May. So yeah, I will be using spring collections in May, but I just thought I want to try at least in April, because it is, for me, that's the start of spring, really, is April here in the UK. So yeah, I wanted to use this collection, which is the full bloom collection, and it's very oranges, pinks, blues, yellows, and so that paper pad I just thought was perfect. It's quite an odd little paper pad. It's like a retro style one. Can't 100% think what it's called. I think it is called retro. I've got it here. Retro. Nope, it's called Groovy Vibes. And I think it's from Craft Sensations, but it's just a nice little paper pad that's got some different colours on there that I don't have a lot of. So it's quite nice to use that collection. So I'm still using my cotton bud technique with this leftover glue, because I'm just trying to make the most of it rather than it, go to waste. So yeah, the first photos actually went out for food with my friends on Tuesday. It was a very quick visit. We actually had to leave a little bit early because our trains got messed up. So we left quite early, but we had our food, and then we caught up for about an hour or so, and then we left. But it was really nice. We went to a different restaurant this time, and yeah, I wanted to use that little journal card thing that says happy day, so I can write a little bit about what we did. And then the photo that's going to go underneath the title card is a screenshot of one of Joe and I's favourite TV programmes that have come back this week. So it's called Race Across the World, and I don't know if they have it in any other country, but it's basically like a competition between 5 pairs of people. There's like two mum and daughters, there's a couple, there's a brother and sister, and there's 2 friends, and their goal is to get from one part of the world to the other part of the world without flying and using the budget of that airfare. So they have to go from the top of Japan right down to Lombok in Indonesia without flying, and they have to obviously budget, because I think they've got about £1,500 each budget to last them, but they don't go straight to the end goal. They have to go to different checkpoints across the world. So they had to go, I think the first one was Sapporo, Japan to Nara in Japan, so basically crossing the whole of Japan. That was one episode, and again they weren't allowed to use any of the Shinkansens, the bullet trains, because obviously they might as well just fly because they travel so quickly. So they had to use all like local transport, and obviously they've got to be mindful of accommodation and that sort of thing. And they can work, they're allowed to work for money, but obviously that eats into their time, and obviously the goal is to get to the first person to the end goal is a winner. But yeah, they have to complete checkpoints each episode, so it's really good. We absolutely love it. If you're from the UK, I definitely recommend watching it. This is the 4th series, and it's just very interesting. Obviously we're more interested this year because it started in Japan. So yeah, I'm going to use another little journal card that's got like it says something to tweet about, and obviously because it's a well-known show, everyone was very excited for it, so I thought that was quite relevant. And I'm going to use the little the big floral sticker as well for that one. Then the last pocket is just a picture. It's 2 photos as such, but one's a quote. It's a picture of Joe and I's feet. We went out for a walk. We try to go for a walk every day if we can, but it's just been so muddy recently. It's just rained and rained and rained constantly, and it's just left the ground so muddy. So I took a picture of our feet. And with this collection, there's a lot of stickers and things about the rain. There's a lot of umbrellas and stuff like that, so obviously it matched it quite nicely that I could include that little tag that says here for you, rain or shine, and obviously it's got a little umbrella on there. But yeah, that little quote that I've printed off, I got it from Facebook. I love that Facebook group. It's like Real British Problems or something like that, and it's just so, it just describes us British people perfectly. But it says, I love April in Britain. One minute you're walking along in sunglasses contemplating getting an ice cream, the next you're having your face battered by pieces of hail. I wonder what weather will be along next. So that's literally what it is like. Every hour it changes. You can never guess what you're going to get. So I wanted to include a little bit about that this week, because that's what the weather was like this week. So yeah, those are my photos from this part of the week. As I said, it does get very busy by the end of the week, because it actually was my sister-in-law it was her hen do on the weekend, so obviously I was going to that, and we had some few other bits and pieces that we were doing. So for my title card, I'm just going to use this funky paper for the background, and I'm going to use the 6x4 card that has like a little bench and stuff, and I thought that was quite cute. And I'm obviously going to stamp week 15 and then obviously the dates with it as well. So the paper pad, as good as it is, it's actually slightly too small. So I do have to line the pages with some washi tape in order to not have some like blank like white in the background, which I don't really like. So that's why you see me edging it with orange washi tape. But yes, I'm going to use this card, and I'm going to stamp on that as well. So I actually decided to clean all my stays on clean all my stamps with my stays on ink on them, because they were just getting so messy. And I used acetone because I was taking off my gel nails from my hen do. They lasted that long, but I was taking those off, and I read that was quite good for cleaning stamps and ink and stuff like that, because I had obviously ink on my fingers and it was coming up straight away with this acetone. So I thought, I'm going to clean all my stamps, and it was a right mission. I underestimated how messy I was going to get, but the ink was literally falling off the stamps, so they are much better condition now, which is really good. And I cleaned my stamp blocks as well, so I'm glad I did those. It just makes them a lot nicer to use, and they were getting very non-sticky, because the ink was creating like a barrier on them basically, so they weren't sticking very well. So now that they're clean, they've gone back to like being sticky, so they stick to the ink, the stamp block now again, which is good. So yeah, it was a productive day, so I enjoyed doing that. And as you can see, this was before I cleaned my stamp block, and it's just so, I don't know how it gets so dirty, because I just don't know how it obviously must touch the ink pad. It just seems to get really dirty around the letters. So yeah, as I said, I just really enjoyed using this collection as well. I've not used it before. I think it's a 2020. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2022 collection. So it's not too old, but it's older than some of the things I have in my collection. So I am trying to use bits and pieces up. There was another collection that I was going to use, but it just didn't have the right measurements, like the cut apart sizes, they just weren't right. So I didn't want to use that one. As much as I want to use things up, I still want to use the correct products. I don't want to make the layouts look bad because I'm just trying to use up things. So I will still use other collections if it fits perfectly. And because I had I don't know if I said this, but I'm going to be doing 3 layouts for this week because of the hen do. I had so many photos from that I didn't want to not include them. So we'll be doing 3 parts. And because I have got 3 parts, I've got a lot more pockets to fill. So to have like a collection this big is quite good to have. So I hope you've enjoyed this part and I'll be back soon. Bye.